Commander Zexhai of the Krillian Dominion stood before the massive viewport of the dreadnought Celestial Judgment, watching the third human colony burn beneath them. The orbital bombardment cannons had been firing for 6 hours straight, turning cities into glass and forests into ash. Yet something was wrong. "Status report," Zexhai demanded, his 4 eyes focusing on the tactical display. "Sir," his aide stammered, "the human settlements are still active. Thermal signatures indicate continued movement in the bombardment zones. Impossible. The Krillians had perfected orbital warfare over millennia. Their plasma bombardment could sterilize entire continents. No species had ever survived their cleansing protocols. Intensify the bombardment, double the energy output." The ship's massive cannons roared again, sending columns of superheated plasma cascading down onto the planet's surface. The temperature readings spiked to over 3,000 degrees Celsius. Nothing should survive that. Not carbon-based life, not their cities, not even their memories. But the humans kept moving. Dr. Sarah Chen crouched in what had once been the New Lagos Medical Center, now a twisted maze of melted steel and fused concrete. Around her, civilians huddled in makeshift shelters, their faces illuminated by the orange glow filtering through the destroyed ceiling. The alien bombardment had been going on for hours, yet somehow they endured. "How are we still alive?" whispered Marcus, an engineer whose left arm hung uselessly at his side. Sarah checked her radiation detector. The readings should have been lethal 10 times over. "I don't know," she admitted, then paused. "Wait, the readings are decreasing." Above them, another blast of alien plasma struck the ruins. Sarah watched in amazement as the superheated energy seemed to dissipate. Not reflect, not absorb. It simply lost its potency upon contact with the human-occupied areas. "It's us," she breathed. "Somehow, it's us." On the Krillian ship, panic was beginning to set in. 3 days of continuous bombardment had achieved nothing. If anything, the human settlements appeared to be expanding, spreading into the bombardment zones like they were safe havens. "This is impossible," growled Admiral Kethmore, Zexhai's superior. "Run full-spectrum analysis. Find their shielding, technology." The results came back within an hour. No shields, no deflector arrays, no energy absorption matrices. The humans were defending themselves with nothing but their own presence. "Sir," the science officer reported, "we're detecting massive quantum fluctuations around human population centers. It's as if local space-time is rejecting our weapons." Dr. Chen had gathered a team of surviving scientists in the ruins of the university. Using salvaged equipment, they were beginning to understand what was happening. "It started during the first wave of attacks," explained Dr. Ravi Patel, a physicist who'd been studying human consciousness. "The quantum resonance of collective human thought appears to be creating localized reality distortions." "You're saying our minds are bending physics?" asked Dr. Chen. "More than that. When humans truly believe something is impossible, really, genuinely believe it in their core, reality seems to agree with them." Sarah stared at him. "The children." "What?" "The children were the first to survive direct hits. They kept saying, 'The light can't hurt us,' over and over. They believed it so completely. Across the colony, in shelters and ruins, humans had begun to understand. The alien weapons that should have killed them were powerless, because deep down they refused to accept that they could be killed so easily. Humanity's greatest strength had always been their stubborn refusal to accept impossible odds. On the Krillian flagship, emergency klaxons wailed. The quantum distortions were spreading beyond the planet's surface, affecting their own systems. "Sir," the navigation officer reported, "our targeting computers are malfunctioning. The weapons are refusing to lock onto human settlements." Refusing? Admiral Kethmore's voice was a dangerous whisper. "The targeting AI keeps returning error messages. It says, 'Target parameters conflict with established reality matrices.'" Commander Zex-High watched in horror as his ship's own artificial intelligence began to believe what the humans believed. The infection of impossible hope was spreading through their systems, making their weapons as useless as trying to harm a dream. "Sir," came another report, "long-range sensors are detecting similar quantum anomalies around all human colonies across the sector. Every world we've attacked in the last month is rejecting our presence." In the ruins of New Lagos, Dr. Chen stood before a crowd of survivors. Word had spread about their discovery, and humans across the planet were beginning to understand their power. "They want us to believe we're helpless," she called out. "They want us to accept that we can be erased from the universe without a fight. But we're human. We don't accept defeat. We don't accept impossible odds. And we sure as hell don't accept that some alien species can just decide we don't deserve to exist." The crowd roared approval. Above them, another plasma bombardment began. But this time, something different happened. The energy didn't just dissipate, it transformed, turning the devastated cityscape into something new, something better. Gardens grew from molten glass. Clean water flowed from broken pipes. The impossible became inevitable because humans made it so. Admiral Kethmore received the final report with trembling hands. Across 17 star systems, human colonies were not just surviving the Dominion's ultimate weapons, they were thriving. Planets that should have been lifeless rocks were blooming with impossible life. "Send word to the High Command," he ordered. "Recommend immediate withdrawal from human space." "Sir, we have the most powerful fleet in the galaxy." Kethmore looked at the tactical display showing human settlements spreading like a beautiful infection across world after world. "No," he said quietly. "We have the most powerful fleet in the galaxy that exists under normal physical laws. The humans don't seem to be following those rules anymore." The Krillian Dominion would remember this day as the moment they learned that the most dangerous thing in the universe wasn't a weapon or a technology. It was a species that simply refused to give up, even when physics itself said they should.